Hi, my name is Irizarry, and today I'm going to be presenting on my community needs assessment project. And I was at HEB Nutrition Services this semester with my preceptor, Lorena Catwa. So a little bit about the nutrition services. It's ran by RDs. It was started in 2014, so not that long ago. They accept a few insurances. They're trying to build up how many they have right now just to be able to offer the services to more people. They also offer second Saturday health screenings, which are just free health screenings that they offer to the community. And they also do walk-in nutrition services those days. And some of the nutrition services that they offer are individual nutrition consultations, group health classes, grocery store tours, metabolic testing, and some company wellness programs. So for my step one, I identified my population as lower income, Hispanic, living in the 78204 zip code, which is where I was at for my practicum. They also had high rates of obesity and other chronic diseases. A lot of them lacked health insurance. My nutritional problem was high rates of obesity and diseases in these lower income communities. And then my statement of my nutritional problem was basically the overconsumption of high-fat, high-carb meals due to their cultural preferences, food insecurity, general lack of nutrition knowledge, and their lack of health insurance. So for my data collection, I identified my target population as lower-income adults in the 78204 zip code who live with their families and who are the primary cook in their family or grocery decision maker for purchases. And my purpose of my CNA was to provide these lower income community members with some nutrition information on how to create nutrient-dense meals at home while shopping on a budget, and just to encourage more healthy cooking at home. So I wanted to collect data on the access to health insurance in this community, as well as access to the grocery store, barriers to eating nutrient-dense foods, community values, transportation systems, social and cultural conditions. Some of my goals were to educate lower-income adults who cook at home how to make healthier meals for their families while on a budget, and also providing applicable nutrition information to these lower-income individuals on any nutrition problems that they face on an everyday basis and how to manage their chronic conditions. This is some data that I collected from the Census Bureau. It's just on the San Antonio community. These are some big ones: almost a 20% poverty rate, almost 22% of people lack health insurance. These are some SNAP recipients, household insecurity. And this is some data on the VIA buses. They have 90 routes and they run 7 days a week. And then there are some people that may be eligible for reduced rates. This is some data I was able to get from HEB Customer Insights on the actual zip code that I was at. And so here's some data on chronic diseases that they may have, as well as 44% don't have health insurance, 96% are Hispanic, 38% are considered obese. And this is some data that I collected while I was at my practicum. This is basket watching that I did. It was basically the beginning of the month and the end of the month. I watched baskets to see the types of items people were grabbing. 82% had at least one empty food calorie item in their basket, and 32% had at least 5 different fruits or vegetables. So 68% did not have at least 5 different fruits and vegetables. And this is a 10-day meal plan that I helped create with my preceptor on just low budget meals that we can offer people, and it's going to be going on the HEB website in January. Okay, for my step 4, my target population health status, it's kind of what I've been saying. They lack health insurance, high rates of chronic diseases, lower income. So service programs available to them, there's a second Saturday free health screenings, TAMF, SNAP, food bank, Haven for Hope, Medicaid. This is some benefits and weaknesses to some of these. I'll just go over a few of them. San Antonio Food Bank and Haven for Hope, they both offer food to people for anyone in need. Some of the weaknesses they may run out of resources. HEB Second Saturdays, they're good because they do offer these free services, but they may not be that helpful if they're not relevant or they aren't explained in the depth that they should be for these people. SNAP, they provide money for families to buy nutritious grocery items, but a weakness is that they don't cover any household items that they may need. So for my summary, background information about the broader community, this population was pretty similar to their surrounding community in San Antonio. Their health status was high rates of obesity and other chronic diseases. Current resources to assist them was what I just went over in the previous slide. Relationship of the health status with the surrounding community. San Antonio is largely Hispanic and they have similar cultures and their staple comfort foods that people are used to. So it may be difficult to change these habits because it's what they're used to. And how it relates to environmental and social characteristics. Since they are a bunch of different Mexican restaurants in the city, it's usually where you get your high carb, high fat, high sodium meals, which can lead to future chronic diseases in the future. And this is just due to their cultural background and their environment around them. So overconsumption may lead to these chronic diseases. Some of my key findings were cultural and environmental pressures do play a big role in the foods eaten in this community. High rates of chronic diseases may be as a result of poor nutrition knowledge and also lack of health insurance. And then poor food choices are commonly being made in this community just due to their lower income status, and they are making these purchases just based on affordability and on food familiarity, things that they know that they will consume. So step 5, my key informant was my preceptor. She's really the only person that I worked with. Stakeholders that could benefit from this information would be local health organizations, schools, and clinics. And I shared this presentation with my preceptor. And this is my infographic. I just included some things about HEB, their Nutrition Services Department, the San Antonio community, some data on my target population, the nutritional problem, and my intervention and goals. And that's it. Thank you for listening.